The 4 cardinal rules of firearm safety. But did you know that they can also be applied, and should be applied, to pepper spray? Stay tuned to today's debrief. What is up, fellow Guardian and Security Guard soldiers? I am so happy to have you back. Welcome to today's debrief. I am your boy, a typical security guard, and as always, we are here to help educate, motivate, train, and inform new and entry-level security guards. Guys, listen, we are a community, and we are only as strong as our weakest guards. So today, we're going to talk about the 4 rules of firearm safety. We all know them. If we don't, we should. And how they apply to pepper spray. I keep getting my box mixed up here. Pepper spray, right? Now, you wouldn't think that a non-lethal agent like OC spray would have to adhere to the 4 cardinal rules of firearm safety, but that is where you are wrong. Guys, listen, most of the litigious issues that people and places deal with come from very what they would assume, or what most people would assume, minute or frivolous issues, right? And I'm going to tell you guys that if you have ever been in a situation where you have inadvertently OC'd or pepper sprayed an old lady or a young child, your clients will not be very happy, and neither will your supervisor. So today we're going to talk about the 4 cardinal rules of firearm safety and how they apply to pepper spray. Rule number 1 is to treat every firearm as if it is loaded, and that same rule applies to OC pepper spray. I cannot tell you how many people I know, and I'm not going to say that I have personally done this. Yes, I have taken out a pepper spray and found it in the garage or in the backpack or the back of your car, right? And you go, I wonder if there's anything in, and you inadvertently spray some into the atmosphere and you breathe it in, or someone next to you, or your dog, or you get it on something that you did not want to get it on. Guys, you have to treat all of your OC sprays just as you would your firearm, as if each canister is loaded. Most of the time, you're going to find out that there is enough in there, even when you've gone through quite a bit of it, to get one more burst, if not just enough to get on your fingers, on your hands, and then you have all experienced this where you inadvertently touch your hands down the road somewhere, and or touch your eyes, down the road somewhere, and now you're in that pain that comes from the OC spray. So, which takes me to number 2, and that is keep your finger off of the trigger, right? I have a habit of taking little pepper sprays like this, putting it in my pocket, and just doing this, right? Because I have nervous tendencies and anxiety doing that. And I can't tell you again how many times I've inadvertently just got enough pepper spray on my fingers and touched my wife, or touched my kids, or touched my dog, or rubbed my eyes, and then had to suffer the consequences. Guys, listen, as harmless as this is in relation to a firearm, it still is, right, a form of force continuum. It is still a tool, and we have to treat it as such. So make sure that you're not messing around with that trigger, not sliding off that safety lock, or just jacking around with it in general. Put it where it needs to be, leave it there, utilize it when necessary, but don't fuck around with that trigger. Going on to number 3 is do not point it at anything you do not wish to, I was going to say shoot, but spray, right? Do not point it at anything that you do not wish to spray. Now, in terms of our firearms, we're talking about something that we wish to shoot, but it's the same thing. Guys, our pepper spray, they're not toys. A lot of times I see people messing around with these, threatening to spray their neighbor, threatening to spray their partner, threatening to spray, their best friend or whatever, or just jacking around with it in general. Again, this is a step on the use of force continuum. This is a non-lethal, but it is extremely painful if you happen to get some on you. So do not point this at people. Now, you could take that a step further and say that you could find yourself in some sort of litigious issue if you threaten somebody with this and it's not justified. So again, Do not point this unless you mean to use it. Number 4 is to be aware of your target, what's to the left, to the right, and beyond it. And guys, if you're working in security, this is probably by far the most important thing that I can tell you. A lot of times utilizing OC spray, we get that tunnel vision. We're dealing with the dirt bag. We're dealing with that person that's making threats, that person that's coming a little bit too close. They're getting a little bit too aggressive. And we tend to forget that, again, this can have over penetration, just like a firearm. You can shoot it towards someone, spray it towards someone. It can bounce off that person. It can hit the person to the left or to the right. You can also miss, and you can hit someone inadvertently. If you're working in grocery stores or you're working in areas with a lot of people, you have to make sure that if you pull out your OC spray, if you retrieve that OC spray to use it, that you're only using it on the person that it's intended for. Again, like I said in the intro, if you inadvertently spray a customer, an older person, a young child, anyone in general, you can find yourself not only dealing with potentially a lawsuit, but harming someone inadvertently, and at the least getting yourself into trouble with your supervisor and your contractor. Okay, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this topic. Share any information that you have below. As always, thank you for coming and being a part of what we're doing here. Watch out for yourself, okay? Be good to people and be great.